Hey, welcome back everybody to the Dick Tomey Show. Well, we obviously concentrate on football most of the time during this weekly program, but right now it's time to put our focus on the Spartan men's and women's basketball team. We'll begin with the men's team. High expectations this season. Here's the head coach, George Nessman. Official practices started last week. Check the clock. We're less than a month away from the University of Washington opener. How have things gone so far?
Well, actually, our opener is against William Jessup here on Monday the 16th, so we're not going to look past that.
Okay.
Things are going really well. We are really excited about this team. It's clearly our best team we've had since we've been here, and our guys are committed. They're very purposeful, so we feel really good about it right now.
You've got some good seniors on this team, but I want to ask you about Adrian Oliver and Justin Graham and C.J. Webster, which are getting three players that are getting a lot of the attention. And I know that there's others, but how has that trio kind of worked together and maybe focused on leading this team?
Well, I think the first issue is with those three, they needed to get healthy. You know, Justin coming off the wrist and the off-season surgery. Adrian, who had 2 serious injuries last year during the year, and CJ played with a sprained shoulder. The same injury Sam Bradford has for Oklahoma. He had the same injury. He was able to play through it last year. So we need to heal those guys up. Having accomplished that, I think the second thing was that they needed to rethink about how they were going about their careers. They're now moving into the upper class, so it's time to get even more serious about what you're doing. And I think the three of them have done that. I think Chris Oakes, Robert, Mac Peterson, Jarrell have taken the lead sort of as seniors. Like, this is our last year, and we need to take that to heart. Chris Oakes had a huge transformation in the offseason in terms of his commitment to what he needed to do. We challenged our guys in the spring and said, well, we need to get better. We're now average. We're in the middle of the group. We want to be in the middle. We want to be at the top. If you want to be at the top, we're going to have to give more. What can we do as a group to change? And we didn't just order them to do certain things. We said, what can we do? And it was sort of a cooperative effort, and we all, including the coaching staff, redirected our efforts. And I think we're definitely going to see dividends from that during the year.
I'm glad. As your career at San Jose State has gone along, you get a few more pieces to the puzzle, and it does seem to be you've got your scorers, you've got your rebounders, you've got some senior leadership. Are you seeing the guys kind of take a deep breath and using the term program? You got some young guys to where you really have a lot of.
No doubt, we have a good balance now. But we really left last year kind of bitter. Like, you know, we left some things on the table. Yeah, we were young and we had injuries, but you know what? We just didn't feel like we got everything out of our season. And you always want to get everything out of it. And we didn't close well. You know, the last 2 years, after 20 games, we were 10-10 with a chance. And we didn't close well either year, but last year in particular was frustrating. And we've been told had we won 2 more games, we'd have been in the postseason. And so we were really close. But what we challenged the guys is, okay, really close to what? Being still in the middle, but just at the upper middle. So that's not enough. We can't be fooled by that closeness. We need to push to the top, and so we're going to have to dig in and give more. There's no doubt that's where our guys are at right now.
Kyle, talk about the newcomers.
Well, you hit almost all of them. You left out Joe Hansen, a big freshman from Pasadena. Our newcomers have brought, first of all, they really want to be here. When they chose to come to San Jose State, a program was in place. A lot of things were here that said, okay, yeah, this is something to be a part of. But the other guys came here saying, well, Coach, we'll help you build that. So I think that dynamic is really helping us. We think all of those players have the potential to help during the year, and it's clear at least a couple of them are going to play a lot of minutes.
Your team is the best you've had, and the WAC is probably as strong as since you've been here. Is this the earn respect year? That's got to be one of the motives?
Well, we just need to get into the upper half of the league. We need to get in the top 4, and that's really what we're about. And we need to have a good non-conference season. We need to win way more than we lose in the non-conference, which sets you up. And then if you go in the conference, you finish above 500 in conference. Let's remember, the San Jose State's never finished above 500 in the WAC. In fact, last year's 6 wins matched the all-time high for San Jose State since we joined the WAC 10 years ago. When people think about the history of our program, they're forgetting that most times in the Big West, PC2A, the WAC has always been at a higher level. So that step up has been problematic for this program in terms of our history. But I think we've crossed that. We've crossed that bridge now. Now we need to get it done. And that's really where our guys are at.
16th against William Jessup. Good luck.
We'll be there, Mike.
Well, there's Spartans basketball coach George Nessman, and I know he's very excited about this year's team. I hope you are as well. Adrian Oliver's, without a doubt, one of the best players in the Bay Area. Justin Graham, C.J. Webster, Chris Oakes, Robert Owens. The list goes on and on. We invite you to come out and watch the Spartan men's basketball team play this year. There's more information on our website at sjsuspartans.com or call the ticket office at 408-924-SJTX. Big year this year for men's basketball. More on the Dick Tomey Show when we return in a moment. Welcome back to the Dick Tomey Show, everybody. Again, coming your way from the beautiful San Jose State campus. You can see the beautiful dorms in the background, and here's the event center where the men's and women's team plays basketball. The women's team will be opening up here on the 13th of November. Head coach Pam DaCosta talks about the season and the opener. All right, practices are underway, less than a month away from the first game of the season. How have the practices been going?
Practices have been going good. You know, we're so far ahead of where we were since I've been here in my 2 years. These kids are coming out every day, working as hard as they can work. You know, there's still a learning curve, so you have a lot of thinking going on, which can, you know, take away from some of the effort. But they're coming with it every day. You know, we're going for about 2.5 hours, and they're just, you know, trying to pick it up, trying to learn. But every day they come with energy, effort, and hard work, and that's all. You know, that's all us as coaches can ask for.
Okay.
You know, I'm going into my third season, and our staff, this is the best chemistry that we've ever had, especially off the court. Now it's developing that chemistry on the court. So we're, you know, that's just going to take some time. It's going to take repetition and time to develop that chemistry on the floor. But the new kids are fitting in well. They're doing a great job for us. They're a great addition to, you know, the 8 or 9 that we have returned.
Tell us a little bit about some of the individuals that you have expectations for.
You know, coming back, Chastity Shavers, who was our leading scorer last year, she's really done a great job this summer and also in the preseason, getting quicker, faster. You know, she's a great athlete, great shooter, but we needed her, you know, to develop some lateral quickness, and she's done a great job of doing that. So we're looking for her, you know, to put up the numbers that she had last year. Shauna Ridge, who's a returner for us, is, you know, she's a great versatile player. She can play. She plays a 4 for us. She can play inside. She can play outside. Some of the new kids that we're looking for big things from is Pelagi. She's a great two guard. She's a great shooter, but she just works so hard. And you know, you always have to have those type of players on the floor. Seja Sumler, who's also a returner, has done a great job for us, and she's gotten a lot better from where she was last year. Rachel Finnegan. You know, we struggled last year because we didn't have a true point guard, somebody that, you know, would think like a point guard. Rachel Finnegan comes in as a freshman. You know, she's got the learning curve, but she's picking up things real quick. You know, you can tell her something once, and she tries it, and she's getting better. So she's going to be a big contributor for us this year.
How about the WAC? Who do you see as the top teams?
You know, Fresno's always, you know, Fresno's tough. They return everybody. You know, they've won our conference for the last 2 years. They're going to be tough again. Boise, which will be good. They have 2 players who were starters a year ago, but they didn't play last year, and so they're coming back. And they were 2 of their top players. So Boise's going to be good. La Tech is going to be good. The WAC is going to be tough. Everybody returns a lot of people. The one thing that, you know, I think we have in our advantage is depth. You know, I think we have the deepest we can go. You know, I can go up to 13, 14 players and feel comfortable and have the confidence to put those kids on the floor.